Advocate Mshololo exposed, number one, Brigadier Gininda. Number two, Mohwane, all the team that is working with. That is from the side of the intelligence department, and the side of the police, you know what I'm saying, in general. And I want you to understand me very well, and I want you to understand where we're going with this. So I want you to pay attention to each and every single detail that I'm about to give you in this video, because what is happening in this particular, or what is happening, that which is happening, which is going to be explained in this specific video, it affects the entire trial. It affects everything that is going on in the Mayiwa case. It affects everything. And it's something that I said it before. I did say that, you know what? The reason that there is a strategy that these people have decided to use, they are very intentional. And don't think like it's a coincidence. No, they planned it so. The reason they are giving information in drips and drops, said Advocate Mnisi, it's not that maybe they are, dumb, unprepared. No, they are doing it intentional to sabotage the case itself. And that is something that I said it long time ago to say, guys, this is intentional. This is a deliberate effort from these people to make sure that they frustrate this defense. Advocate Mshololo confirmed something that I've said it long time ago. In this video, I want you to listen to that. The confirmation, if you listen thoroughly, it exposes Brigadier Gininda, the likes of Advocate Baloi'S. But before we go into into everything that they said, I put it to you that you do the following. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Okay. There's something that Advocate Mshololo said. I'll give you time to listen to this one. Hey, look, listen to this one. In what we're about to listen, Advocate Mshololo said, information is coming in pieces. We are receiving information there and there, she goes to an extent of saying, I received information at about 2300 hours at night when I was sleeping. I was not told to wait. I was not told to wait enough that I should prepare for the look. I should expect that information. Number two, she said, then we received information this morning, and out of the information we received at night when we were already sleeping, and the information that we received today when we arrive in court, we are expected to use this information to cross-examine House, right? We are expected to perform best out of the information we received this morning. And you think these people are disorderly? No. Advocate Mshololo says it is difficult to formulate our defense right there. It exposes Abo Gininda, it exposes Abo Baloi'S. Why I'm saying that? They have done that deliberately. They knew that, okay, if we give them less information, right? If we give them information in drips and drops, we are frustrating them and making sure that they don't formulate their own defense, right? And you know what? I did say that. That's the funny part about it. I said it in multiple videos that no, man, guys, you see this information that is coming in drips and drops. How best? I'm looking for a best way to say this. You know, okay, we'll get back. We'll go back to how information is supposed to be given, right? And how in the Baxter trial information was given, right? We'll go back and explain that. And then the reason why information must be given earlier, right? So if we can explain the reason why information has to be given earlier, then it explains what happened if information is given later, right? But again, take a look at what Advocate Mshololo said here.
The state supplied to us the incomplete information. The incomplete statements of Colonel Gininda Baloi'S. We were told that they will be supplied later in the day, which was on Tuesday, on the 30th of April, my lord. And those pages, they never came, my lord. Out of the bundle that was supplied to us on the 30th of April, my lord, there was a bank records for accused number 5 from Absa Bank. I managed to secure a consultation in prison, my lord, even if it was not, legal visit was not allowed. However, the head of the prison allowed me to consult. I consulted on that document, which is Absa records, which was made available to me on the 30th. This morning, I received another bundle of documents from the state, of which I have not been able to read them. I can see also the email was sent last night at 2300 hours, of which I was not told not to sleep and wait for this email. Unfortunately, I couldn't read it overnight. As a result, my lord, I would like to place it on record that this is a trial by ambush, my lord. Yesterday, I had all the day to consult with my client on all the documents that the state is preparing or anticipating to use. However, the documents were not supplied to me, especially the affidavits which were marked by my learned friend, Mr. Baloi'S, that there are pages that are missing. And my lord, what is very bad in this trial is that the state is dishonest with this court. The state is not telling the truth in this court, that they need time to investigate and to compile all the necessary records that are supposed to be supplied to the defense, so that we can be able to consult properly and then be able to run with this trial. Now, Mr. Host,
I strongly object to the language employed by my learned friend, say that we are dishonest. We are officers of this court, will never be dishonest. No, English is not our language, but I suppose that's not really what, or I want to believe that's not what my learned friend is implying, but we will never be dishonest.
Okay, thank you, my lord. They are honest. The state is honest, my lord. I'm changing from dishonest to honest. The state is honest. My lord, the witness is called now to the witness box to proceed with this trial, whereas we are being supplied with information which is relevant to this witness this morning, my lord, which makes it difficult for us, for even to formulate our defense and the case that we need to put to this witness who is currently in the witness box. Okay. My lord, the supply of documents in piecemeal is affecting the whole process, my lord. Today we're giving this, tomorrow we're giving this, and tomorrow we'll be surprised to receive other documents. That's the point that I'm trying to make, my lord. But I'm not saying if the state says they are not dishonest, they are honest.
Is that sarcasm?
My lord, it's because in front of the court, when my learned friend is making submissions, he's not being truthful to tell the court that we have supplied the documents which were incomplete on the 30th, and we have not been able to finish the defense with the outstanding documents. That's where it's supposed to start. And we still need time, or we're still going to finish the defense with those documents and explain the time as to when we will be able to receive those outstanding documents from the documents that we were finished with on the 30th on Tuesday, my lord, to start with. Let alone the documents that were sent last night. We have not even given with a reason or whatever, even if we don't deserve the explanation. We received them last night, and this morning we're expected to be ready to proceed with this witness. Those are my submissions, my lord. That's why I was trying to explain the honesty on the part of the state who are working with in this case, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
Thanks.
With that being said, right, there is something that I'm gonna get into what Advocate Mngomezulu said. It will link back to this very same video, right? There's something called look at the Thabo Baxter story. In the Thabo Baxter story, we have something called a pre-conference trial. Things took place in February when the state said that, you know what, we are ready to proceed with the trial. This is they hand over documents, documents, investigation that they have gathered, investigation that they are going to use against the accused, right? And so that was clearly explained and clearly outlined by the Thabo Baxter story. They showed us that, this is the procedure where they hand over all the information that they are going to use to bury the accused, right? Then right from there, if you don't believe that, go back to go to Durban now, to the one of the AKA accused murderers, right? You will notice that not long even today in that case, it was said that we will give all the necessary documentation on time. The state prosecutor and the lawyers said that they were not arguing, that they were just saying that there's gonna come a time where they wanna give all the necessary information before the trial can start. You know what it does? What it does is that it allows the defense to formulate their own strategies. It allows them to look at the case that the state has against the accused and be like, okay. That's why in courts they work with affidavits, right? Where if I'm gonna come and say I'm accusing you of not viewing my videos, right? I'm gonna submit that in affidavit, and I will explain why I submitted an information that suggests that I accuse you of not watching my videos until the end, right? So I will substantiate that and say I looked at my YouTube analytics. It tells me that half of the people, they watch my videos up until near the half. Then they don't continue with that. Some they will come back later on, but YouTube analytics will still tell me that will still count it as if these people watched it and stopped. You understand? Even if you come back tomorrow, YouTube will count it that way. That is me substantiating on my affidavit real facts that can be proven, that people usually watch my videos from this point until this point, right? Which usually people will watch my videos. Some of them, they will watch it just below half, and then they will go. Some they will come back tomorrow, but YouTube will no longer count it as if you are continuing. They will count it as another view again. To get a point. So That is why then, if I had to submit that information against you, accusing you, I will submit it in an affidavit so that you will read the facts and also respond to the facts in an affidavit, right? You get to read my accusation against you on time. Once you have read them on time, then you respond to my accusation. Have you noticed that I told you the truth about people watching my videos, but I without telling you, but I told you the truth, and that's actually the real truth, right? So that's how things are done. But in this case, the Brigadier Gininda and the Baloi'S, what they decided to do was that, you know what, we don't want these people to have time to think on how they're going to give us a tough time. We don't want these people to have enough time to plan, you understand? And I said it long time ago that what they did was that they were going to give this information in drips and drops. And that alone constitutes an unfair trial. If Judge Ratamokwatleng was really interested, or he, as the word said, Justice Mokwatleng, if he acted with a clean and a clear conscience and in pursuit of justice, he would have said it long time ago. He was supposed to say, no, man, I've seen this movie happening the first time and I kept quiet. Second time I kept, no, that time. But it has happened multiple times where information just comes in drips and drops. Yet when the defense asks for a postponement, Dr. Ratamokwatleng is fuming. The defense is not, they are not intending to work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting and I'm like, he has never even apologized to them to say, listen, guys, I understand. Now I see, for the fact that he has arrived to a conclusion that, okay, let me say this. You remember that when he addressed Advocate Baloyi and the defense, he said to Baloyi, give them all the necessary information that is supposed to be given to these lawyers, right? I'm telling you now, when advocate, well, look, okay, before I get there, I'm telling you now, right there, what he did should have done that long time ago without even being reminded of that. As a judge, you're supposed to preside over a fair trial. You're supposed to preside over a trial that is fair to the accused, to the public, to the prosecutor, to the national, to the NPA, to the SAPS, to the lawyers, to the judge, and to all the other stakeholders. You're supposed to preside over such a case. But it becomes a problem when you yourself, you are involving yourself in an unfair trial, yet you are expecting us to expect from you a judgment that we're going to settle with. I doubt that we're gonna have good time accepting that judgment. I seriously doubt that we're gonna sit here and accept everything as the ultimate truth. Why I'm saying that is because, look, I reminded you on the other video when I said to you guys, Mnisi said long time ago, Advocate Mnisi said, listen, information here is coming in drips and drops. He says, he even made an example about a train that is going to Durban. He says that if this train is, it has got all the things that are necessary for it to function, such as being oiled, he says that if we are finished all the necessary documents, this train is going to move from Gauteng straight to Durban without a single stop. But he says that if we are not finished with the necessary information, this thing of us stopping and, you know what I'm saying, having these stops and go, it's going to continue because we are not being finished with necessary documents. Right there, Mnisi was ignored. I am saying, in comparison to, when we look at this from the perspective of justice, and we say, okay, we are arguing the context of justice. I am saying, for me, right there, somebody should have said, no. Mnisi, he's making a point, and the point is in the interest of justice, and therefore, I am going to issue an order that, as of today, you, state, provide them all with the necessary information, right? And you know why I'm saying this? if this look, if there's an accusation that the state is investigating the case as we go, it's difficult to disagree with that. Even Advocate Baloyi, in fact, he even said it himself. But we're gonna get into that one. Let's start with, do you remember when I was saying Advocate Mngomezulu and then I stopped myself? Advocate Mngomezulu touched this point to say it is unfair. We are presiding over unfair trial here, right? He touched that, but we'll get into Advocate Mngomezulu. But let's look at Advocate Mngomezulu in this way. Let's say Advocate Mngomezulu joined this case, right? He joined it later on, right? Advocate Mngomezulu joined. He found this case on a motion. He was introduced by Attorney Ramsipili. In a normal circumstances, in cases that we have seen, I'm not a legal expert, but let's call ourselves concerned citizens. Under normal circumstances, in a desirable situation where the state is prepared, where the state is very fair, where the state has got legitimate concerns, and they've arrested people with they have arrested people for serious reasons, right? In a case like that, this is what would have happened if that had been applied in the Meyiwa case. If the entire trial was free and fair to the accused and everybody else, every interested citizen, this is what was supposed to happen, right? By the time Advocate Mngomezulu joins the team, he should have found all the necessary documents. For the fact that Advocate Mngomezulu, he joins during the trial within a trial, right? He's there to deal with the trial within a trial. By the time we get into the trial within a trial, still information is not yet finished to the defense. Some information is still like, about house, they are still adding such some information right now, right? For the fact that that is still happening, it shows you they were never ready they were never ready for this case. They were never ready. They never prepared for this case. They were still investigating. That's why now they are busy. There's a scandal, guys, that these people are doing. One day we'll expose it. What they do, they go into the systems right now and they adding information of the accused whilst the accused are behind bars, and the date will expose them as well, right? Something that has come out right now, and just an outside investigation has revealed that these people, that is what they are doing. The reason they are giving this information in drips and drops, they also want to create that door for them to continue investigate as the case is going, so that whatever is being said in court, they come and counter and counter that. Whatever is being said in court, they come and counter that. That is what we have seen these people doing in this whole case, right? I am saying in a situation, a desirable situation where that whole trial is fair, where everything is done in a free and fair way. Tell me this, just justify this for me. Give me a justification of this. Why is it that Advocate Mngomezulu is not even... Nobody is thinking of Advocate Mngomezulu to be the part of this case. The case continues, it goes until he comes. When he comes, a man who recently joined that case still complains about lack of information being supplied to them. Come on. The state... I can never argue that we gave this information was on the disk. I'll give an example. One great example. Attorney Ramsipili, he once requested bank statement, right? He says that I've been talking to Advocate Baloi'S about the bank statement, but till today, that bank statement has never been finished to me. He says that I'm putting it on record. Why? Because the accused thinks that I'm the one who's refusing to give him his bank statement. Even after, Attorney Ramsipili have said that it took long time for the defense to be finished for Ramsipile and accused number 2, Bongani Ntanzi, to be finished with that, right? So it tells you if that was ready, right? If it was ready, the moment they put it onto record, the state would have said, listen, just give us, after break, we'll give you that because it's ready. It's a matter of, it was on the disk, we'll remove it from the disk, we'll give you. They could have said that. If I could remember that they've got bundles like your hardcore, like the physical copies and the soft copies. If every information was ready and it was already compiled in the actual hard copies, they would have said, listen, let's go to the office tomorrow to get it. But for the fact that they delayed, and let me give you that, before that, just to prove a point here, I can give you a lot of examples because I've been watching this case and I've been looking at this. I forgot what the defense were looking for, right? But I do remember this. You can correct me on this one to say which incident. Do you remember there was a time where Judge Ratamo Khwatleng made an order to Advocate Baloyi when the defense had requested certain information? Do you remember that story? So let me show you, let me remind you, let me prep your mind here a bit. The judge, the presiding judge officer, he makes an order to advocate, he makes an order to Advocate Baloyi and say, please finish this defense with this information, and then he adjourns. When he comes back, the defense still says, we're not finished. Baloyi, he starts meandering around the bush. He doesn't finish the defense with the look. I looked at that and I saw Judge Ratamo Khwatleng. He sounded like, these weak parents who have a favorite child. When their favorite child does something wrong, they ignore the mistakes of that favorite child, but let others do the same thing. They are harsh on them, right? That is what I saw from Judge Ratamo Khwatleng. He saw Advocate Baloyi, showing blatantly. He's he came up with lame excuses such as, "No, my lord, we will finish them." But the court has made an order to an extent that the court decide to adjourn until those documents are prepared. But Advocate Baloyi comes back and says, no, we'll finish that one, don't worry. The judge doesn't enforce that. But if it was a defense, the judge would have been critical on them. I am saying to say, we've got a problem here. And our problem is that the judge has he has 2 sons. He's got this last born that he loves the most and he cherishes the most. This last born, no matter the mistakes this last born does, it doesn't matter. What matters is he wants this last born not to be blamed, but this last born just keep doing more blunders. But as this parent continue to protect this last born also. Look, let me give this example. There's this great analysis that we once did somewhere, right? Where we were talking about this, that there was a man who intended to burn a carpet, but cockroach had clinged to the carpet. This man decided that, I want to burn this because it's too old. Our cockroach was like, no, this is our house. So the man, in deciding to burn the carpet, his intended consequences was to burn the carpet because it is making now a dust and everything. But because the cockroach had clinged to the carpet, he burns everything. That is what we are seeing in the Mayiwa case. We are seeing that, we've got a judge that is so keen to protect his son. We've got a judge that is so keen to protect his last-born child. But unfortunately, the more this judge protect his favorite son, the more he protects his favorite son, it's the more his favorite son puts him under the bus. Because right now, his credibility is being questioned for not standing up for the truth. Had he stood up for the truth from the beginning, we will not have been in this situation. Had he stood like a man of justice, had he stood unto principle and said, listen, no, I'm not going to preside over an unfair trial. Look at things like this, where the defense is supposed to be furnished with necessary equipment, but they are not, right? Things as small as that, it says a lot about our judge. It says a lot about our. Remember, that person, when he is respectfully addressed, he is addressed as a look you will simply say Justice Rata Mogotleng. Now, when you say to these people Justice so and so, do you know what you are equating them to? You are equating them to a man of integrity, people who doesn't compromise, people who stands on. But will you confidently say that the man doesn't compromise, looking at how the Senzo Mayiwa case is being conducted? I doubt we can confidently say, you know what, the man has stood unto principle. I doubt we can confidently say that. You know what? The funny part is, Judge Rata Mogotleng once said the other time, I've never been accused of what? Being unfair and being biased. Something along those lines. I'm not sure if he is. I'm not sure. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, Judge Rata, you have never been accused of something like that. I get it. You know, it's one thing to say, trust me. But it's another thing to make the other person trust you. Those are two different things. It's like me saying, don't tell me what to do, show me what to do. Those are two different things. Showing you what to do is different than telling you what to do. Showing you it means leading by example. But telling you, it means I may be doing something contrary to what I tell you to do, but yet I still tell you that no, take right, the right is the right path, whilst I'm taking left, knowing exactly that I'm preaching on opposite of what you know what I'm saying? Do you get a point? It's difficult to look at the word justice and you say, you equate it with Judge Rata Mogotleng. You associate it with Judge Rata Mogotleng. Because it is this smallanyana things that we make a conclusion of the man's work. You know what I'm saying? His credibility will go down questionable, right? And why I'm saying his credibility will go down questionable, it is simply because of something like this. I'm looking for the best way to say this. I'm looking for the best way to say this. Best way possible to say this. It says, Molanyana, how best can we explain this, guys? There's a book that I once read. That book said, anybody that is intending to succeed or to have success in life, they must never concern themselves with big things, but they must always focus in smallanyana things, because smallanyana things tends to make bigger impact than the actual big or a single big incident or event. Here's an example. Here is a practical example to go back to the case. Today we arrive to a point on a conclusion where we don't trust Judge Rata Mogotleng. But let's look at where it all started. Right? I've just demonstrated this point very perfectly. It started with smallanyana things. Other people will even look at the gesture, the way he reacts, his demeanor when the defense is talking. Smallanyana. Do you see now the importance of smallanyana things in this case? It is smallanyana things that have led us to the point where we are today. Had the judge adhered to principle and made sure that he avoids these smallanyana issues here, we will not have been here. Smallanyana things such as, you know what, the defense is not furnished with the necessary information. Once, maybe let me overlook it. Twice, no, it's a call for concern, but he doesn't. 3 times, it's a serious warning sign. He doesn't look. It's a red flag, first you will say, it's a human look. Everybody makes a mistake. Second time, still a mistake? I doubt. Third time, this person tells you who they are, and you still continue. We are in this mess because Judge Ratamo Kgwatleng, he lost majority of people's confidence over smallanyana things. That's why today we are here. We are here today because he will allow the defense. He will go hard on the defense, but goes very soft on the state. But the state makes a lot of blunders, right? I'm telling you, that's why today a lot of people, if Judge Ratamo Kgwatleng were to say he finds these people guilty, I doubt that somebody will look out. I doubt there will be a person who says, I'm very surprised by this judgment. I doubt. Why? Again, my point being demonstrated. The smallanyana things in this case determines everything. Smallanyana issues in this case determines everything. So take care of smallanyana issues. You are sorted even in bigger issues. That is the message that I think if you are that's the message that I'm trying to preach across. I'm trying to preach to people to say, we are in this mess because of smallanyana issues. Had it been that smallanyana issues were taken care of, we would not have been in this situation. Advocate Baloi'S, Advocate Mshololo, exposing our beloved judge, our beloved Advocate Baloi'S. I suspect Advocate Baloi'S he's a former player. I suspect Advocate Baloi'S, when his team was leading, he was the guy that was trusted with the tactics to waste time, because he's very good at that. Number two, the most important thing that I want you to take from this video is the fact that do not think that for the defense not to be supplied with information on time, it is just a mistake. It shows disorganized. No, it is intentional. The reason is that they want the defense. They want to frustrate the defense. They don't want to allow them to formulate their defense against them. They want to frustrate them. Mind you, it's not this thing of the defense being given information, by the way, in the morning. It did not start today. It did not start today. It has been happening. And the defense themselves have been allowing this to happen. Yet we all know this is injustice. This isn't supposed to be. But it has been happening. Under the noise, they've been doing it. It's just that this time they came to a point of realizing that, you know what, as long as we allow this thing, we're gonna be ambushed until the end. How many times have you heard the defense being given information? Here is a practical example. How many times have you heard the defense being given information? Sorry guys, let me put this here. How many times have you had the defense being given information and the court will adjourn for a few minutes just to give them time? At some point, Advocate Mngomezulu wanted an adjournment because they have received information very early in the morning, and the judge was even pushing them to cross-examine. I remember vividly he adjourned at about 12 and then he came back at 2 o'clock. Right. Today, when the defense stood their ground and said no. Then he says, furnish them with their information. We will look at this at the end of the trial. And when we look at this, we will ask necessary questions. Questions that I don't think a lot of people will want us to ask. Questions that will make other people very uncomfortable. But we'll have to ask them. We'll have to evaluate everything here and be like, okay, we get that the judgment has been given, right? But let's look at the behavior of every stakeholder in this whole thing, right? We're going to look at that and we will make a very comprehensive report. But as we conclude this video, there's something that I also want to raise that I want to say concerning that. It is not a coincidence that a lot of people now, I know for a fact, somebody was even telling me that I have made an affidavit complaining about Judge Ratamo Kgwatleng, and you ask, Bongan, why affidavit? To those that don't know, when there was an open letter that was sent by concerned citizens to the JP and the management, right? So they responded by saying they do not respond to open letters. And in order for them to open an inquiry or to look into your matter concerning a judge, you must issue or you must write an affidavit stating your facts. It's only then that they are able to look into your facts and respond to that one, right? So the person who wrote this affidavit, I was talking to this individual, he tells me that he listened to the video that I did with Usnobile. That video we were talking about, in that video we were talking about, okay, yes, it is written, Judge President respond to the open letter. In that video, I made sure that I allow Usnobile to repeat the email because they said, if anybody has a complaint, let them write an affidavit and then email the affidavit to that specific email address. So Snobile repeated that email address, right? We didn't even give it to a lot of people, but we just have to repeat that email address. Repeat that email address. People listened to that and they took that email address, issued that, went and did their affidavit and emailed their affidavit. As of now, people have already emailed their affidavit. Here's the point. The point is, it's not me alone who's complaining about the behavior of the judge in this case. It's not me alone. No, I'm not the first. I don't think I'm the last person to complain about it. You must go and watch other local fellow YouTubers, the likes of Clanties. They did similar videos. The likes of Abo Nonio M podcast. They did the same thing. The likes of Abus Nobile Mapis, they complain about it. I'm just naming people that are coming that are just on top of my head concerning the issue of Judge Ratamo Khwatleng. It's not just us YouTubers, right, who decided to make videos and highlight things that we are seeing and we are concluding that this is unfair. It's not just us. People concerned, mind you, this open letter, it was never done by any of the people that I named. The petition was never done by any of the people that I mentioned here. It was done by separate individuals, people that were not even related to, right? People that we didn't even have contact for, but they decided to take matters to their hands. So I'm saying to say, what I'm seeing is it's what other people are seeing. It's just that other people decided to act on it. To say, no, man, we cannot continue to have a justice system that oppresses other people, right? While we are pursuing the interest of justice. In the interest of justice, everybody is supposed to be treated fair. And we are not asking something that has never been done by any other judge. You know what I'm saying? I'll give an example, just this practical example, right? The court in the court in the Jacob Zuma thing, right, issued a judgment that was not in my favor, personally in my favor, when it dismissed the application for Zuma to prosecute Billy Downer and that journalist privately so. But I cannot just because I disagree with the judgment itself, I cannot now attack the judge because I don't have a reason to do so. He never gave us a reason. Yes, that's a perfect way to say it. That judge has never given us a reason to doubt him in terms of how he handled his matters. Going into the AK matter, the AK judge, something that I was looking at even today. I was looking at how the judge interrogate everybody. When the defense were giving when the defense were doing their duty to defend their clients, right, and make sure that they get bail and blah blah blah. The judge was very engaging. He enters the arena. He asks questions. When the state was presenting their case as well, the judge enters the arena too and question the state and question everything, right? We are not against the judge who's questioning things. Because like Judge Ratamo Kgotleng once read something that says a judge is not just a mere empire. So we are not necessarily sitting here saying a judge must just sit there as a statue and just listen and write down. No, we are saying fairness is what we are looking for. Fairness is what pleases all of us. We are looking for anything that looks and sound fair. If you are very sharp, be sharp on the defense as well as the state. What it does, it puts everybody on an equal platform. Everybody's equal before you. And then it creates this perception that, you know what, judges don't care whether it's a state or whether it's defense, all they care about is justice. That perception is not being created when we look at the things that are happening in the Mayiwa case. We are not, the judge is not helping us to arrive into such a conclusion, which creates much of problems, right? Because we need to have a certain perception, just like what Judge Ratamo Kgotleng once said. He says that justice must be done and also be seen to be done, right? Can we confidently say we are seeing justice being done, right? In the Mayiwa case, no. Why? Because of these Molanyana issues. When you put them together, they create a very big mountain. I'm not sure if the state is if the judicial if the judicial looking at this, they will be happy with this, right? I'm not sure. I'm thinking that they want. Let me take this, guys. I'm thinking that the judicial, they want a perception. They want to create a perception out there. They want to create a certain narrative out there that judges are fair. And simply because judges are often referred to as the last line of defense. Mind you, I've spent a lot of my time talking about a judge instead of talking about Brigadier Gininda, instead of talking about Advocate Baloi'S. The reason I'm saying that is because it is natural that those people want to win a case. It is natural that they can be unfair. But the person that is supposed to be fair, no matter what, is the person that is supposed to make a decision and seal the destiny of the accused. And that is Justice Ratamo Kgotleng. So the defense may not be fair in terms of how they approach these things. It's understandable they want to win a case against the state. The state may not be fair against the accused. It's understandable they want to secure a conviction. So it's fair in a way. But there's one person in that room that is supposed to treat everybody equal. That is supposed to make sure that everybody feels like, you know what? Before this judge, we are all equal. I will ask this question, probably for the last time. Just by looking at the word equal, and now that we've created the narrative